Is there any chance that this fight isn't just absolute fireworks? I mean, two guys that you know are just going to meet in the middle, throw absolute meat bombs, and see who is the first one to go to sleep. It's Sergei Pavlovich, 16-1, 4-1 in the UFC, taking on Bam Bam Tuivasa, who is 14-4 overall, 8-4 in the UFC, which is kind of crazy because it doesn't seem like we've seen Tuivasa for that long, but already this guy is a 12-fight veteran and a guy who's been in there against everyone, and a guy who went on just a beautiful run before running into Cyril Gane and losing in that fight of the night main event contest. And he did have his moments, right? There were times where Cyril Gane was flirting with unconsciousness for sure and was able to just hang on just enough in order to survive and ultimately put Tuivasa away. But those finishes that Tuivasa had on that run leading up to that main event were nothing short of amazing, right? Greg Hardy, they met in the middle. He absolutely slept him. Augusto Sakai tried to stand and bang, got absolutely slept. And then Derek Lewis, same thing. All three of those performances of the night as well. And we know Pavlovich is a guy who basically only wins by KO as well. This is a guy who doesn't take you down, has 0 takedowns in the UFC, so it's unlikely that that's even what he's looking to do against Tuivasa. And it seems as though these are two guys that just love to come and participate in a fist fight. So what are your thoughts on this one? Are you at all surprised at the fact that Pavlovich is a near 2-1 favorite and you're getting plus 160 love for Tuivasa? Or do you think those odds are justified and you see Pavlovich being the one who wins by finish? Who are you taking?
You know, this is an absolute barn burner, big meat down, slobber knocker, insane. You know, fun stats real quick. You know, Tuivasa average fight time is 7 minutes. Sergei Pavlovich average fight time is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Height for Tui, 6'2", Sergei 6'3". Reach 75 for Tui, Sergei reach is 84. That's a massive reach. They're both southpaws. They're basically the same age. They're both young and hungry, low 30s. And the only big thing that I gotta go with Sergey with is, I mean, his striking. He's slightly more strikes per minute. His reach is insane, and he has power just like Shui. Shui could absolutely knock him out. He's got that one punch, you know, Derek Lewis power, and he's been looking great. I mean, he almost finished the ex-champ Cyril Gane, which is pretty insane, but then he got finished, and I kind of seen that being the same. I can see Shui maybe rock Sergey, drop him, but then Sergey throws a massive meat bomb back, and then Shui just can't, you know, handle the hit. It seems that, you know, Shui does lack on the chin side of things from that Cyril fight. It looked like, and I think Sergey's going to be the stronger hitter too. But I just like that his reach is so insane. I mean, 9 inches longer. That's absurd, to be honest. But yeah, both have 0 takedowns, 0, and they basically have the same takedown defense. So you know this is going to be a barn burner first round. It would blow my mind if it makes it out of the first. But yeah, I gotta take Sergey for this KO first round, light work.
I could see it for sure, and if it's not him winning by finish, maybe it's him getting finished in that first round, but likely a quick contest for sure, because, again, as mentioned, these two guys are going to come, they're going to meet in the middle, and they're just going to throw down. These are two dudes who love to stand and bang, and if we look over at Tapology, although Vegas has Sergey at a near 2-1 favorite, only 55%, a slight majority, is rolling with the Russian fighter in this one, and 45% is rolling with Bam Bam Tuivasa. Basically, all of it is brown. I mean, there is a slight copper sliver for, or beige sliver for that decision, but that to me seems like a pipe dream. I feel like if Tuivasa wins this, it's most likely going to be by finish, and the one loss that Pavlovich does have on his record was when he got finished by Alistair Overeem way back in 2018, but we have seen Pavlovich get finished by strikes. At the same time, however, we've seen Tuivasa get finished by strikes, and that wasn't in 2018. That was just a couple weeks ago. So this one's tough for me to pick. Ultimately, in this one, however, I'm very torn. Your role of Pavlovich, and you think that the reach is going to factor into this one? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where the advantage is going to be. I don't even know if this fight makes it out the first minute. I think it's going to be a barn burner from the first second to the last second of those 60 seconds.
Yeah, I think I'll probably roll with you. I'm going to go Sergei Pavlovich in this one. He probably wins by finish, but I don't know. It probably won't be the craziest thing in the world if he lands just a heavy meat bomb onto Tuivasa and somehow Tuivasa checks into that just absolute zombie mode where it wakes him up, kind of like he did against Greg Hardy, and then he bites down on the mouthpiece, returns with absolute heat, and then Pavlovich ends up succumbing to an ultimately heavier return strike. But in this one, I'm going to roll with Pavlovich. I like your idea about the reach factoring into this one, and I kind of hope it does last longer than a round, because it'd be interesting to see this fight go into the second and maybe even the third round ultimately. But, to your point earlier, Pavlovich is usually in quick work fights, and so maybe the longer this goes, the perhaps that benefits Tuivasa, because in that Cyril Gane contest, he made it late into the third round, which I was definitely surprised by, because I thought that fight might end quicker than it did, and the fact that Tuivasa almost made it to a fourth round was pretty surprising to me. So in this one, I like Pavlovich. I like first round finish. To your point, maybe that 60-second bet cashes like we are always hopeful that it does. Is this the opportunity? Maybe.
Yeah, 100%. And you got to keep in mind, Sergey's average fight time is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's insane. So I really like plus money on the under .5 first round. I'm gonna be taking that for sure. I just either Shui's gonna knock him out or Sergey's gonna knock him out, but really early, under 2.5, I think. So yeah, throw in the comments who you got. Are you taking the Shu man or are you taking Sergey?